Hi, this is Father Louis Skirty with Friends of the Word back at CRISTO Rey, Brooklyn. And I have more of the key people involved in running the school. And I met them all before, but I'm going to have you introduced to them now with their tasks, their job descriptions, and their hopes for CRISTO Rey. So, lady is first, so introduce yourself.
Great. My name is Dina Philippe. I'm the principal of CRISTO REY Brooklyn High School. I've been here 10 years, and my hope and goals for this school is that we become the best school in Brooklyn, the best affordable option for families who otherwise could not afford a Catholic education.
Good, and we're going to roll with that in a few seconds. Okay, we walked into the office for corporate
Work study.
and I thought it said corporal work study. I was excited, feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, but this is along the same lines. So tell us what you do in the corporate work study office.
Sure thing.
And he's not a student; he's a professional here. I'm not going to ask your age or how long have you been here?
This is my second school year here.
Okay, and you graduated what school?
My undergraduate at Cornell University and my master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania.
Okay, so he's not as young as he looks. Okay, okay, tell us what you do.
Yes, well, we are in theme today. So the theme of the school today is early 2000s,
Okay.
Y2K. So I thought I'd attempt to.
Oh,
dress
is that
the
what
part.
that
That's
was?
what the theme is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Brought me back. My name is Alan Garcia. I'm the vice president of our corporate work study program. We are the most accessible and affordable private high school option in all of New York City. And we are the most innovative school attempting to educate students who otherwise cannot afford private education.
Ancient. Okay, the theme is repeating. Okay, that's important. We're going to focus on that. And Paul, introduce yourself.
Hi,
But Paul is Siciliano, so
molto siciliano.
like il mio paesano. Okay.
Thank you, Father. I'm Paul Scariano. I am the chair of the Board of Trustees. I've been here as my second school year as well. And I think my job is to organize the board so that these two amazing people and their colleagues can do the work that they do because they're great at it.
Okay, the board of trustees. Now, the president that I met before, is he on the board?
He's an ex officio member of the board.
Okay, so who comprises the board?
So we have, when we elect and a couple people roll off, it'll be 20 people in July about. They're all people from different backgrounds. So we have a couple of priests, a priest, a sister of mercy who are religious endorsers. There are lawyers, engineers, educators. So we have a pretty
Okay.
we have a pretty diverse group of people from different backgrounds that all care about what this school does and want to help promote it and, like I said, support these folks. And
How does one get chosen or invited to be a member of the board?
you have to work at it. You do. You have to work at it. You have to
Prove
go
yourself.
out and find. Well, no. We have to work. You have to go out and find people. There are plenty of good people, Catholic, obviously in particular. Not that you have to be Catholic to be on the board, but who want to help and want to give back and just don't know how to or don't realize that they want to.
Okay.
So you really, since I've been here, we've brought I think 7 new board members on. A board is important. You need a fresh board that turns over time and new people and new ideas and new thoughts. So it's something you really have to deliberately work at doing.
Good. And it's such a strong support system for the institution of the school.
Leadership comes from the top, right? So if the board doesn't believe in what they're doing and doesn't, clear the path for them and help them do it, then I don't think the rest of this works.
Okay, I'm going to ask about some of the accomplishments of the board, but not yet. Okay, both of you brought up the fact that the focus of the student population is underserved, economically challenged. Tell me the vocabulary and tell me who these people are. Not by name, but
Absolutely. I think we'd like to say that these are families who otherwise wouldn't have the option. We try to stay away from poor or economically disadvantaged because we have students who represent some dual households with income, so the families are doing well and making ends meet. However, Catholic education has become so expensive, quite honestly, in the city in terms of cost of living. So some families are doing the best that they can and would really love and prefer that their students have a Catholic education, but it's becoming unaffordable. So we want to be that best option for those families and make sure that they know that we're accessible and available to them and their students.
Does the city grant any support, financial support? None at all.
Not at all. So
No.
this is
Wow.
all the families, this is all our corporate work study partners, and this is all philanthropy people who believe in our mission, who want to donate and make this option available for our students.
Beautiful. We introduced the president before, and he was talking about how important it is to get board members, families together working for this, but with no other financial support but those who are here.
Correct.
The board, the officers, and
Yeah.
the students themselves when they go out, and the corporate sponsors are very important. And what do you find yourself doing mostly?
Well, it's interesting you asked about what language we use to identify our population. I see myself in a lot of our population. I immigrated from Mexico as a kid, grew up in the city, and my family never used the word poor to describe us because we were never poor in spirit, and we were never poor in optimism, and we were never poor in a work ethic. So to my colleague Dina's point, our kids are not poor in the colloquial sense. They just haven't been given a shot. They haven't been given a chance. They're historically and traditionally underserved and disenfranchised, but that's where we come in. We are here to create those pathways. We are creating those pathways, and you mentioned before, how are we doing it? Every family does pay a tuition here,
Right.
but we only charge families what they can afford because this is designed to invest in a bank, not break the bank. So we're teaching our families that that's possible. You can send your kid to a private school, a faith-based school, and not break the bank. We are a living embodiment of that. The ones who really kick in and make the dream, the magic of CRISTO REY possible are our corporate work study partners. They employ our students for work. They sponsor our students through mentorship, giving them and providing those opportunities in real time, not when they're college graduates or not when they're in their early 20s, when they're in high school.
I like that. We met some of the other students before, and they seem to profit a great deal and love going out to the corporate world as students, and then hopefully continue that afterwards. That's great.
That's right.
So it's your job to put students in contact with different corporations?
A little all of the above. So finding the corporations
Okay.
who are interested in working with us. We have,
Name 4. I know American Express
we
is a
have
big one.
New York Presbyterian. We have Paul Weiss Law Firm. We have Northwell Health. We have Ridgewood Savings Bank. Yeah.
And the list goes on.
And the list
That's
goes on.
great.
Yeah.
And your students on a day, well, Fridays, right? That's when they go.
They actually go to work Monday through Thursday. They don't work on Fridays. Fridays have been tough to get people in corporate to show up to their workplaces. So we're shifting with the times. We're growing with the times. Each grade has their own designated work day.
Okay.
So 4 grades, 4 days. Each
Okay.
grade having their own work day.
Excellent. And who provides the transportation from, I guess, their homes to the corporation?
Our students' legs.
Oh.
They commute to work. So very much like most of New Yorkers here, it's a commuter city. Our students take the train and or bus to work.
Excellent. It's funny because you said growing up you weren't poor. If I look back on my family growing up, I went to a Catholic school. My brother went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic school. We were poor, but we didn't know we were poor.
That's right. No, you're right. Yeah, we were poor. We
It's
just
the
never termed it
attitude.
that. It's
Yeah,
just the attitude.
yeah.
We never used that terminology.
Yeah.
But we knew that, if we're going to buy dinner, we're splitting it 4
Right.
ways.
Right. Well, we didn't send out for dinner when I was growing up. Once in a while, we'd go around the corner to Erk's for pizza, but that's about it. And that's important because that's family, and
Correct.
you must see that a lot
Yeah.
with the students.
Absolutely.
The family is the heart of each of these future professionals' lives.
Correct. It's interesting that you mentioned your upbringing, and I think that's similar to most of our upbringing, probably sitting at this table, and
Yeah.
certainly our students here. You know, my family came from Haiti to give us a better option. We went to traditional tuition-based, tuition-modeled Catholic schools here and in this space. And while the Sisters of Mercy started their good work here in East Flatbush, serving Italian, Irish, and Polish immigrants, the immigrant population just simply changed.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
now it's Caribbean families in this space and families from Latin and Central America and
great,
some from
yeah.
West Africa. And the goal is that these families have left their country to come here for a better opportunity. And they believe in this. Our families are totally bought in. Our families want our students to have college as an option.
That's
and
great.
certainly the fact that they're getting their foot in the door in the corporate space and earning some professional skills. We've had students apply to colleges and have American Express or Deloitte or these companies on their resumes, and the schools will flag us and call us and say, excuse me, your student wrote something that's incorrect on their resume. I don't understand. Can you clarify? And then we say, no, this is absolutely true. This is what our school is, and this is how we do this. So
That's great.
we're just giving these first-generation families and their students an opportunity to really be successful here.
You mentioned the word immigrant. I always think we are an immigrant church. The first immigrants of our church were Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So they were displaced. Had to run. They had to go back, and obviously they worked. At least Joseph did work for a living. Jesus, I don't know what if he ever got paid, but he got paid in blessings. But our sensitivity has always been with the poor in our church. Our preferred option is for the poor, and when we have an institution like this. In a world like this, it's quite a challenge. Quite a challenge.
Father Louis, the need is even greater now, right? You know, as you said, Catholics, in my opinion, are taking care of those who are in need and who want this opportunity.
Yes.
And it can't just be that only elite families have
No.
an opportunity for Catholic education.
Right,
And
right.
this nation, this city, it's becoming that. Only the wealthy are entitled to this space, and the Catholic have always been about serving the poor and giving others an option. And CRISTO REY Brooklyn has to be here in order to do that.
Excellent. I agree 100%. Paul, what's your philosophy here? Talking about inner city, growing up, I don't know what your economic status was, and then producing young people who have professional resumes as they go out into the world.
So my origin story is very different, though not so different. I am the son of an immigrant, but my father was a doctor, immigrated from Sicily as a doctor, and so I didn't see, like, I wasn't rich, but I was comfortable. I really didn't know that there were people that didn't have money to afford Holy Innocents, St. Agnes, Xavier High School, Manhattan College. It just really wasn't a thing that I realized. But I did learn to be a man for others, somebody who gives back and seeks to make a difference. And I was on other school boards before this. I was on the board of Xavier. I was still on the board of BJP, Brooklyn Jesuit Prep, the New School for the Deaf. And while I felt I was making a difference there, because I was trying to give back, it's not even close to what we do here. Like, there's plenty of people that could have done what I did at those schools. Here, this is like a real labor of love. You know, as Dina said, like, this is what the Catholic Church should be doing first.
Yeah.
So it's great for me to think that I'm involved in a place that is giving opportunities to kids that wouldn't otherwise have them. That's
great.
especially that I grew up a mile and a half away from here, like that I'm giving back
Yeah.
in Brooklyn too, and Queens. That means a lot.
Yeah, you're a real paisan. Okay, I know you're leaving. Now listen to this. Listen to why he has to leave us early. Why do you have to leave early?
I have a call with Citibank at 1. They're interested
I mean,
in
please.
working with us.
What high school kid, the counselor working with high school kids, had to call to Citibank for his students? I don't want to know names and dates, but why? What's the call about?
So I think Dina alluded to it. So did Paul. We're also serving as a model of what Catholic education can be. We're the only folks doing what we're doing. So that's going to raise the eyebrows in a good way of the Citibanks and the Bank of Americas, and the prospect list goes on and on. So when they hear about us and what we're doing, we also fill their needs.
And if you know anybody, pass this on to them who work for those corporations. We need to progress and grow.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the intersection of private industry struggling to fill emerging talent from historically underrepresented areas, students who are seeking that opportunity, to Dina's point, families who came to this country seeking out that opportunity, and the kids themselves. We are the cluster, we are the nexus of all of that. And so that's why you have Citibank calling, because they're saying, you're doing something special, something different, we want in.
It's great.
Do the right thing, Citibank.
And every other company that wants
And
this
every other
opportunity.
company.
Yeah.
Last question. Are you guys involved with the Gala at all?
Oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
What are you doing?
Very much so.
Well,
You'll be going.
I'm
That's
going.
true.
I'll be going. And I am also a liaison between the corporate partners saying, all right, we take on the students for work. How can we further support you?
Good, good,
So
good.
getting
good.
them to show up as well.
Excellent, excellent. And
I'll be there schmoozing. No, I'll be there making sure that I can speak to people about our school, what we're doing academically, and the success our
so
students
you're
have in college.
networking there.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
wonderful. Don't forget, the date is
May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th at the Pierre. We know that. Paul, any last words? Because he has to leave.
Thank you, Father Lou.
Oh, prego, prego,
We
prego.
appreciate it. Grazie tanto.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I encourage you to go online, find out about Cristo Rey schools throughout the country, but especially here in Brooklyn, and you'll find out what these young people, I say young people, they're not students, they're professionals
I'll take
here,
them.
but
I'll take it.
sono vecchio, so I can say young people. God bless you, and keep the word alive and well, and communicate with us. Let me hear from you. Pass this on to your family and friends, and send me your email, and I'll send you all the emails that you need to have and all the bylines to deal with Cristo Rey.
Great.
Any questions? God bless you. Stay well.